叠风。大声说蜻蜓风筝。
蜻蜓风筝。
大声说蜻蜓风筝。
Sydney.
Nieve.
Nieve.
I love that my kids are going to GVA. I picked this school because Global Village Academy offers not just another language, which I think is an advantage for any kid growing up today, but the other thing that I love is that here my kids see kids of all different colors, backgrounds, cultures, and we celebrate those cultures. My kid is not the only kid of color in her class, and she feels at home here. So this is a cultural home.
For me personally, the impetus for creating Global Village Academy had to do with the desire to have our adopted daughter from China maintain Mandarin, and we knew that culture comes with language, and so we wanted her to have that opportunity. And we started actually a pilot program in a private school to make that happen. And when we did that, what we heard again and again was from parents to say, I really want this kind of education for my child, but there's no way I can afford a private school. And that then caused us to shift our emphasis to creating a charter school. And what we wanted is we wanted that charter school to look like the world that is being born.
If my child went to our neighborhood school, they might be one of 2 or 3 kids of color in their class. But here, our classrooms are so diverse, and it's just a really good mix of what the world looks like rather than what my corner of my state looks like.
It's so often the fact that charter schools are criticized because people think they just want to take the best students. That's not what we're about. That's not the kind of school that I want my 2 daughters in. I want them in a school like Global Village Academy, which has incredible diversity, ethnic diversity, socioeconomic diversity, because quite frankly, that's the world. That's the world that they're going to have to operate in as adults.
The whole aim of Global Village Academy is really global literacy. When we talk about global literacy, we're really talking about 3 components: preparing students linguistically. We want them also to have intercultural proficiency. The third piece of this, of course, is academic excellence.
The reality is that the demographics of the United States are changing dramatically, and this country is going to be a very different country when my daughters have children than it is today.
We're just beginning to wake up to the urgency of what it means to be linguistically prepared for the world that we're going to live in.
When we talk about immersion and fluency in a second language, a lot of people don't get it.
When you and I went to school as little kids, we took maybe half an hour Spanish twice a week or something like that. Global Village kids actually come to school and they learn reading, writing, and arithmetic in the target language. So the language learning experience is very natural. It's in the language, not about the language.
Listo, voy a borrar acá.
把酒声，鸡蛋掉水里就水就比。
For young children, this is incredibly easy. You know, it doesn't hurt their brain. They just learn it.
My daughter in her first year of immersion wasn't saying much at home. Although she was doing well in school, I wasn't seeing anything. And I was told it would take a year or 2 for her to independently just speak up in the language. Well, we went to China that summer, and there was an official there with us from China, and the official spoke no English and I spoke no Chinese. And the official said something to me and I was like, don't understand. And my 5-year-old daughter looked at me and she said, Mom, she said, you can go in the office where there's air conditioning and I'll stay out here with the girls. I was like, oh my gosh, she gets it, she gets it.
Something that I usually tell my students, if you speak a language, you can communicate like 45 million people. But if you speak 2 languages, there's going to be 200 million people. How cool is that?
They have all of this self-esteem about, look what I can do. I can speak and write in 2 languages. It causes them to have more confidence in themselves, and long term it really gives them skills to live a good life.
Every day we do immersion here, content-based language learning, and we truly believe that we're preparing students for a linguistic proficiency that's going to prepare them to be global citizens.
It kind of blows me away what our kids are capable of learning. I think as parents, sometimes it's hard for us to trust that system, but I'm telling you, when you see it happen, it's a beautiful thing.
放到桌子上来做 ，OK， 听明白了吗 ？Understand？
Our country is very diverse culturally, and we don't get that.
For most of us, culture means a way of being and a way of doing things, but we do it differently. And none of it is more right or more wrong than the other, but operating with those differences is really hard.
The most important part of Global Village Academy is that we're teaching the kids how to survive in a global society.
If I look at large organizations worldwide, they have very few people who are able to make a global team work together, who have the skills to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
We know today that businesses and government, healthcare, etc., are asking for students who can compete in the 21st century. And again, they're very clear that that requires fluency in a second language, and it also requires 21st century skills.
If you want to solve highly complex problems, you need people who have the stomach for negotiating around all kinds of different perspectives. It's a huge skill set that right now, on many levels, is missing.
Everyone here supports the curriculum, supports the students, supports each other, and every conversation starts with, what's best for kids? How do we make them 21st century learners?
Our kids that go to school here, besides the language and outside of the language, are learning to be the global citizens that our country and this world needs as we go first into the 21st century.
I expect that they will encounter racism in their lives. I expect that they will encounter prejudice. What I want them to understand is that there's a deeper reality. And the friendships that they create here, the experiences that they have there, that will make them know that there is a different kind of world possible.
Global Village Academy 是很好的学生. That means Global Village Academy is a very good school. It's very fun.